Consolidation is a topic that it's a touchy topic. It's one that the board of directors needs to have. What are we prepared to give up in order to make our realtors and our community more effective to the consumer? Would we be prepared to give up our name? Would we be prepared to give up, if it was in fact our building? Would we be able to be prepared to give up some things that we hold necessarily dear and true in order to get to that next step? Because I think that's the first question you have to ask yourself. And it was fairly unanimous at our board table where everyone had said, you know, we do have concerns, I'm sure we have some fears, but we really want to see what that next step might look like. Everyone is looking to try to be more professional, and how do we get there? One of the conduits for that is better education. We're looking at transformative education and saying we need to understand what the strategy is. Check, we understand that. Second, we're looking to see to make sure that we understand where the costs are going to come, and then if we say we're going to be getting more professional or we're going to try to move competency-based education up a notch, how are we measuring that? Before, in PDP, our basic only measurement was, did you attend class and that your cell phone was off? And in order for us to move the bar higher, we have to have some other types of measurements. And that was the position of our board that we're going to be taking to BCRDA. For a few years now, Vancouver's been heavily involved in trying to raise professionalism for commercial realtors and commercial practitioners. And so coming from the commercial division, there was a recommendation which said, in order for us to actually now move to the next step, to actually allow members to have further competency, we need to really look at what the feasibility is. So we've approved $150,000 and was reapproved last meeting so that we can go out and conduct this feasibility and look at perhaps a regional model. Look at something where the BC Commercial Council might get larger in participation with other boards into a BC Alberta or Western Canada model, where now we might have 3,000 practitioners or 2,500 practitioners, where now real services can be delivered. Our CEO, Bob Wallace, has announced his retirement next year. So that's a fairly big transition for our board. And so the Succession Planning Committee, who's chaired by Dave Peerless, has gone forward now and looked at both an internal and an external selection process to really try to find best possible candidates and to make sure that we as a board have looked at every possibility for the next CEO. Proxy votes are when you're not able to attend the AGM, but you want to entrust someone with the duty of care to exercise your vote. Or if something does change at the AGM, you understand my feelings, you would vote appropriately. And so we looked at what best practices were, and the governance committee came back with a recommendation to register proxy votes 1 business day prior to the AGM. And so that is what the board of directors approved.